What up, y'all? Welcome to another video with Alchemy of Life. Now, it's been a couple days since I dropped a video, but I'm back. And today's video, I think it's gonna get a little bit deep. Just a little bit. But just to start off, I cleaned the altar, as you can see. But anyway, we're gonna be burning some bay leaves, but not right now at this exact point. I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a different video. First of all, shout out to all my new subscribers. Shout out to all my new subscribers. Y'all really been holding me down. Shout out to all, especially to all my female subscribers, because I have a lot of female subscribers. Like, I gained within the last 21 days, or even the last, not even 21 days, but that was kind of just to scale it. Maybe the last 10 days, maybe like 30 subscribers. For me, being a smaller channel at this point in time, I won't stay that way, obviously, because I'm expanding and, doing different videos and, finding my niche, but also staying open. I'm growing. And so shout out to my female subscribers, and especially Christina, the West Coast Witch. Well, she's Christina Evolved now. But, shout out to her, because one little simple shout out from a platform that's bigger than mine, and boom, I have all these new subscribers. 100%. Thank you. I wanted to give a shout out to y'all, especially the women for out here holding me down. Y'all holding a man down for real, in a very positive way. So thank you for that. Thank you. Motivation to keep going. But this video, I wanted to touch on some things that came into me today to speak on. And my first point that I want to speak on before we do any, manifestation or ritual talk for that matter, is I want to talk on the victim mentality. Now, I'm not going to describe what the victim mentality is, because everybody should know by now what the hell the fucking victim mentality is. And if you don't, go look it up. I'm not finna do all that for you today. This is not that type of channel. You can pull out a dictionary if you feel, and follow along. But yeah. So first of all, I wanted to really touch on the fact that, I'm talking more to the women, not because a lot of men really don't have a problem with victim mentality. We have our quirks and our problems, but a lot of women in today's society have a huge problem with the victim mentality. And I don't think y'all notice that. I've been noticing these things. And it's really more like society pins that type of thinking onto women. And a lot of y'all act that way, but then don't want to be seen or deemed as a victim. So what the fuck do you want? I hear you when you say you don't want to be seen or deemed as a victim. So even if they pin that on you, don't act like one. But we're gonna get into the victim mentality. And a lot of the victim mentality is when we're talking about abuse. When women are generally there's a lot of women who are generally in the physical abusive relationships or mentally abusive relationships, or both, but more generally they're in physical abusive. You guys are in physically abusive relationships these days for some reason. And that can spawn off tenfold that victim mentality, like that why me, and I totally get it. I'm just tired of seeing it. I want y'all to do better for yourselves, 100%. And I'm making this video kind of geared towards y'all, because a lot of my subscribers are women. I don't really have too many male subscribers, so I gotta kind of cater my talks to, at this point in time, until it balances out, till the waters balance out with the fire, to the women, but all while still staying true to me and my masculinity, and which is very possible. Which is why having a certain type of knowledge does help. I know what knowledge to bring and what knowledge not to bring. So, without further ado, we're gonna get into it. So, what can you do is the fact about, the getting rid of the victim mentality, which is getting out of or helping yourself out in this abusive situation. So basically, you have the 4 components of alchemy: the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. The spirit, and now it's generally mind, body, and soul, is the 3 component, the real Holy Trinity. In Christianity, they talk about mind, body, and spirit, or the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? But they trying to fuck y'all up. They in some form of lostness, as Dolo would say, a supreme form of lostness. But if you read up on alchemy into an extensive point, or read certain books like The Idiot's Guide to Alchemy, they point out these 4 points: mind, body, soul, and spirit. Spirit being interchangeable with mind, and they break down to chemical compounds, and then they avert these chemical compounds that are in the periodic table. They give them correspondence, being mind, body, soul, or spirit. So generally, it's a mental thing first. It's a mental thing before anything. So what can you guys do, especially you women out there? Because men suffer abuse. That's going to be one of the things that I touch on, in a later video. I wanted to touch on it this video, but I'm going to cater to the women in this video. So one thing that y'all can do is don't think like a victim. I know that doesn't sound much, but it's all about the way you think. That's where reality starts, in your thoughts. Be a master of thought like Thoth. Be a master of thought like Thoth. Or Tahuti, or Dehuti. Or, any of his other names, the Ibis one. Be a master of thought. So basically, you have to start forming your thoughts as you are not a victim. Whether you're in the relationship or out of the relationship, have been freed. The victim mentality usually sets in afterwards, but it's more of in a Stockholm syndrome when you're in the relationship with an abuser. And it's about the way you think. You have to think positive. Remember, for some reason, you're still in that relationship, so it has to be in the mind first. Because for some reason, you haven't ran away yet. Or for the reason that you did run away, it started in the mind. So don't think as a victim. Think as a victor, as that Snake Joel Osteen would say. Be a victor, not a victim. That motherfucker Joel Osteen always saying that. My mom loves Joel Osteen, by the way. She always listens to him in the car. So I picked up a few things. He's very occult. He teaches law of attraction with Bible verses wrapped around him, and some other different things. He teaches about the darkness, but in different ways. So that's the mind. It's kind of simple, but very deep and complex and difficult to navigate. You have to kind of take your emotions out of that, and then just be logical. That's what the mind is. You got to go into the analytics of the situation. You got to go to the left-brained woman. So this is why it's good that you have a man coming in and telling you this. Then you need to find a woman who's been in the same situation, who's defeated it, and see how she went about it. But as a man, the first thing I'm going to tell you is the analytics, the logical mind, the left brain. You got to get there and remove your emotions, which is going to be the most difficult part. That's going to be the blackening of that particular situation, like the blackening phase in alchemy. The next will be the body. So if you gonna stay in this, if you haven't got it out of yourself to leave this abusive relationship, then you gotta take care of your body. You got remember, you gotta turn into women like Jennifer Lopez in the movie Enough. If you've never seen the movie Enough with Jennifer Lopez, you should rent it. It's about Jennifer Lopez getting into an abusive relationship. She sat there and took it for a while, and then what happened? One day, she started running and running and running, and he caught up with her, which is why a lot of women fear leaving the relationship. I get it. But after so long, she became the predator and not the prey. She started planning how she was going to fuck his ass up and kill him if need be, because they had a daughter. They had a little girl to think about in the script. And basically, she know the self-defense was going to apply because he was going to attack her. So she did it strategically and smartly. Cher needs to cover that movie. Well, I'm going to do it. That's one of my favorite Jennifer Lopez favorite movies, period, is Enough. It really shows, like, you got to fight back. So the body of this, what she started doing is learning martial arts. She started learning how to fight and different things like that. So here's where we go with the body. If you're in an abusive relationship, women, the body part, get in self-defense classes. Start boxing. Start weightlifting. Start doing certain things that will level the situation out, so that your abuser becomes the prey in the situation, because you're defending yourself. Get into self-defense. Do what you can do in the situation, because now you're able to defend yourself better. You're able to fight off multiple attackers if need be. And these are things that are going to stick with you after the fact you get out of the situation. And hell, say you start doing martial arts and boxing, and you get into MMA or something like that. And then say the outcome of that is you get out of your situation because you start taking care of your body in that kind of way. And then you open up like a gym for a place for women, for like abused women on the run. And you start teaching them boxing, or you start teaching them martial arts, self-defense, that sort of thing. That's how you take care of the body aspect. That's going to give you some peace of mind. That's always going to revert back to the mind, whether you're in a situation or out of the situation. The next is take care of your soul. The soul. Remember, don't lose your soul in this situation. Don't let somebody take your soul because of what they're doing to you. So use this dark night of the soul that you're going through within this abuse cycle that for some reason you haven't left yet. So you're sort of, in tandem with it because you haven't left. Or maybe you have, and this is really going to be a big part. Say even if you've left, it's learn forgiveness. What forgiveness would mean for you. Learn how to forgive the situation, for they know not what they do, but they do at the same fucking time. Because that's going to help you shed that negativity and that negative energy that's been put on and thrust onto you for so long. For however long you dealt with it. For so long. And so you're going to forgive yourself for staying there and them. And forgive the universe as well. Because the universe only has your best and highest good, out there for you. So you gotta learn forgiveness and emotional control. Let that situation teach you emotional stability. Take the light out of the dark and let that motherfucking shit shine. Let your light shine. Please, let it shine. The next would be your spirit. Take care of your motherfucking spirit. Feed that bitch. Feed it the energy that it needs. You need to be learning, period. You need to be learning spiritual science. And I think by taking care of your spirit, it kind of also takes care of all the other situations, because you're getting that knowledge. You get the knowledge of how to think and how to do and how to be. thinking the mind, being the soul, doing the body. You know, you get certain type of information that you're all, oh, okay. You know, you need, you're out there doing rituals, doing work for yourself to get out of the situation if you're onto that path, especially my spiritual women who do work, who do that work, who work with altars and deities and all that different types of things. If you're in an abusive relationship, you know what the fuck to do to get yourself out. You need to be hitting it on all tandems, especially that spiritual work. That's what you need to be doing. 100%. But all in all, I'm going to tell you this. After all this, you may not want to hear it, ladies. But men and women, we need each other. In so many different ways. And even if I can just break it down in forms of energy. The masculine and the feminine need each other. The divine masculine needs his divine feminine, and the divine feminine needs her divine masculine. That's fucking fact. The divine masculine and feminine work together. Men and women need to be working together, not against each other. Let me give you an offhanded example. You know, and I'm going to bring it back. Say I'm trying to get a job. Seems kind of off base, but say I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying to find a different job, or I need to get a job because say I don't have one, or say I, like now I got one, but I want a different job. The divine feminine, or the feminine energy, the dark energy, is going to create the scenario in which I'm finding other jobs to apply to, or find jobs to apply to. The masculine is going to take over. The willpower, the masculine is going to apply. So I'm going to apply to these jobs. The masculine energy and the feminine energy is what's going to help me get this job. But I'm going to apply to this job. Okay? Using my masculine energy now, the doer, the will. And then, when I get the job, the masculine energy, the willpower, is what's going to get my ass up every day and go to work if I have to work every day, or get my ass up when I need to go to work. And the feminine is what's going to keep my mind, my emotions and feelings intact, correspond with the mind. And, that's going to, it's almost like how you think when you're at work, or, which is the masculine and the feminine acting together. But the feminine provides the emotion. So that emotion, if you don't want to get up today and go to work, so then you have that thought, and you call in divine feminine and masculine working together. Or you have that thought, you're like, that feeling of not wanting to go, but that thought says, you're not going to be here forever working retail because you are opening your business. You have your own business, and it's just taking a little bit to flourish. So get your ass up, go to work, and it'll all work out for the better. Those are just instances in which you can think of consciously, just easy, of how energy works. The divine feminine and the divine masculine need each other on all levels: body, mind, soul, and spirit. It's just the truth. So we do need to be treating each other better. So this is a mirror. So we have to be the change we want to see in some form of way. We can't wait until one of us extends the olive branch. We got to start knowing what we want to change, and then writing out or figuring out what it's going to take to have that change, and then start becoming that change. And we will see it. And it is happening, but very slowly. Very, very slowly. More people are awakening. You know what I'm saying? More and more people are awakening. And that's what I want. I want the harmony between the divine masculine and feminine and restored. What will happen? It will be restored. And then what will happen after that? It will be taken down. And we'll have to do it again. And again, and again, and again. The cycle continues. So right now we're in a We're separation. We're in a world of separation. So what is the opposite of that? And that is that's where we are headed. This is where we have been. This is where we are now. Look at where we are headed. That's the future. The future isn't male. The future isn't female. It's divine union between them, the divine man and woman, or divine masculine and feminine. But that actually really isn't the future, because remember, time does not exist. So if we always talk in pretenses of the future, shit'll never come. We have to talk in pretenses of now. Now is the time of unity and harmony between men and women, so that we can show the boys and the girls of the youth, this is how it needs to be and how it should be. This is order. This is what divine order looks like. This is what it is. Because right now they have a huge distinction between the two, because they see one side. They see chaos. They see divine in order. I don't even, whatever you want to call it. They see things that's not in order. If only they know that's what they see. Then you have to tell them, just flip that shit. Just flip it. And that's what things are meant to be. And everything will come in. Everything will come in. Everything will come in. That's why the 5G is here. That's why so many different things are happening, because we're coming to the spot. We're coming to the spot. You know, the earth, Mother Nature, is having her dark night of the soul. Things are going to have to get worse before they get better. And right now, everything is happening. Because change for the better, or a change, or any type of change, is coming. That's what will always be constant, is change. But it's the type of change which will dictate the reality that you currently live in and experience. It's a, what do you want? Okay, this is what you want. Well, this is what's gonna fucking happen for you to get what you want. And now that we know that's what it is, the divine unions between the divine masculine and feminine is coming in. It is in. It is in. And we just don't see it. It is in somewhere. And we need to replicate where it is in. We need to replicate where it is in, like what they're doing. Because there's somewhere out here where men and women are living in harmony and unity. And their children following their lead. Because they are the fucking future. Whitney Houston just didn't say that shit just to make a hit track. It may have been vague, it may have sounded feel good, but it is the truth. This is their world more than it is ours right now. Us adults, I'm saying. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to touch on that today. And thank you again, Christina Evolve. Thank you. Join us. She's got a Bayleaf Manifestation Club opening up. And I'm either deciding whether, when I get paid here of this coming Friday, whether to join her club or to start getting product for my business. I think that I'm just going to just join the club first, because I'm going to do both. It's just I didn't know what I'm going to do first. So I think I'm just going to join the club first. And then get my product from my Etsy shop. And I was going to ask you guys, if I had an Etsy shop, would you buy? Because I do know that there are some shops out there that sell colloidal products and elixirs and different things like that, and they can be very, very expensive. Like a share's got bomb elixirs, as what all of our other soul family saying on her page. When I go there, they like High Priestess and Self Elevation, they're always saying that her shit is bomb. It's A1. But it does cost a pretty penny for those who not, trying to pay a pretty penny. I get it, but, let's not block ourselves from abundance. by identifying like that. Just say, hey, not today, I'll get it later. So what I'm going to do is I found a A1 source, actually vetted by Ashura. So she used to, I know she ain't going to be putting no bullshit elixirs in her body. So I found the supplier that she, talked about in a bunch of her videos like 2 years ago. And I'm gonna, find out what I can do to either, work with them or make it myself. But I'm gonna be, selling a bunch of different stuff. Elixirs being, affordable, but quality affordable elixirs, one of them. Like silver, gold, iridium, platinum, rhodium, different things like that. And mixed, like colloidal copper as well, and like mixed elixirs. Maybe I'll call them my divine elixirs or something like that. But just comment down below. Oh, I forgot, like and subscribe, please, guys. To anybody new seeing this video, it is kind of late in the video, but like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you want to read my blog at WordPress, it's Joes, Joes, Hangout, Hangout, blog.com, and it's at WordPress.com. I haven't posted on there in a bit, but I'm gonna get back to posting on there. Right, I put a lot of my short stories there and different things like that. The blog is actually called Black Scorpion Red Lion Productions, because I am a screenwriter, acting, different things like that, and comedy is my thing as well. Living in Illinois and being from Chicago. Chicago is the mecca of comedy. Everybody goes to LA for acting, but the type of acting they don't go to LA for is comedy, because comedy, the mecca is in Chicago. Chicago is the LA for comedy. Just put it out there. So I'm trying to get back out there and do more, and I'm just gonna put it out there. This is the year that Netflix gonna find me, or some production company that's gonna help me get my freedom to be able. Well, I'm gonna get my freedom, but it's gonna put me into a spot to where I can have my own production company. To where they're not the ones who gave it to me. It's just like the money that I received from it, because I've been looking at how much it would be to start my own production company. And I remember before I dropped out of college, I had about 1 year of college. Yeah, 1 year of college, and I had it was a tech class or comm class. I forgot the name of it. But I remember it. Very, 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 very much. And one of the things that Dan Larson told us in that class was that you could start your own record label with $100 as long as you had a place to send mail and where you set up shop. So most people set up shop and receive mail at their house. So they just need that $100 for that license until they get an actual building that makes it look like a record label. Same thing goes for production companies. It's just you got to find out the whole business aspect. Is it going to be an LLC, or is it going to be this or that? Got to have lawyers and different things like that. But that all comes with the change. And that comes with the territory. But, I'm just throwing that out there. But, once again, guys, thank you to all my subscribers, period. And to all my new influx of subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't think that I don't love y'all. Don't think I don't love y'all. We all go through things, and I'm here to, give you motivation, give you spiritual advice, logical advice, this and that. But I received the same kind of, energy from y'all. Especially Bonafide Bloom and Kesha T. You guys are great subscribers. You guys are always, liking and commenting and, interacting with me, keeping a man's spirits up. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to, Christina Evolved once again. Just her one little shout out in one video. I've been seeing, I went from like 34 subscribers to like almost 70 like that, just like that. So how quick can I get to 300? Or because I know I'm gonna reach 100, so how quick can I get to 300 into 1,000 into 3,000 and keep growing and growing and growing, you know? So without further ado, we're gonna burn these bay leaves. So our first bay leaf I'm gonna pick up randomly. Says thank you universe for YouTube success. So thank you universe, thank you for YouTube success. I'm already seeing it, from what I used to be till now. This next one says thank you for abundant prosperity. Thank you for abundant prosperity. Thank you. And this last one, I'm thankful to the universe for supreme high positive vibrations. That's a mouthful, but I'm learning how to use my manifestation and wording properly, day by day. Well, y'all, this is Alchemy of Life. I love y'all. Thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting. If you're here this far, I thank you. You're a real one. Yeah, if you watch the whole video, comment real one, so I know who watches the videos. I'm out.